Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. Last time out we finally started out the second section of the game. But mostly just did a load of side quest stuff. And then in the sorry. And in this part it's pretty much going to be the same thing. We're going to be doing a lot of side stuff. There's going to be a little bit of story progression. But the main story progression I don't think will be for another part or two. We won't get onto the next guy, Madarame, for a little bit. So for now it's just side quests, social links and all that kind of shit, with a little bit of story progression thrown in.
Open your textbooks.
Oh yes, there's this as well. We've actually got to do the... We've got the... what's the name of it? Exam stuff to do, so we're probably going to be another part or two before we get into the main bulk of the progressing the story. But yeah, basically in this part it's going to be side quest stuff, and that's pretty much it. It's what happens when you play through a Persona series. There's a lot of side stuff. A femme fatale.
Exactly.
I know my shit. Fatal Woman. Da-da-da. I love the music in this game, man. It's so good. It's so fucking catchy. Yeah, and fuck you, bitch. I'm intelligent. I know my shit.
All right.
Still gonna be a while until I get fully maxed out. Yeah, it's surprising me actually, because I remember by the end of Persona 4 Golden, I'd, by the end of the first playthrough, I'd maxed out everything. So in Persona 5, I think it's just because in Persona 5 there's so much other stuff, there's so much more stuff that you can do within the case of the game.
About their parents or their boyfriends. There ain't even a hint of a hint about a new palace.
We can't get everything online.
Ryuji, you need to be patient, my friend. It'll happen, because it's a game. It will happen eventually.
Are you seriously suggesting we look for a target that even the police have overlooked?
Yes.
You're right. We should probably just hold off till exams are done with, huh? We can wait
I think that's
for
pretty much a little bit of a, letting you know that the story isn't really going to progress until we've done the exams. I'm aware.
We'll get out of here once we're done chatting. Anyways, what's Miss Council President want with us?
Troublemaker, the girl of rumor, and the infamous transfer student. Interesting combination.
Great way to start a conversation.
Too true, Anne.
It seems as though you got to know Mr. Kamoshida pretty well.
Not really. So what? I might have done.
Anyone
What
who
of it?
attended the school would have interacted with him, whether they liked it or not.
I heard Mr. Kamoshida used a volleyball team member to spread details of your past record. Don't you hate him? Mr. Kamoshida, I mean.
What you trying to say, bitch? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't done nothing. Oh, I clicked a bit early there.
Many students have been shaken up by what happened with Mr. Kamoshida. The rumors about that odd calling card-esque posting aren't going away either.
Yeah, this is where she starts becoming a regular thing. She kind of, for this section here, like the Madarame section, as I'll call it. She's kind of in. Yeah. Yeah, that's something as well. She's kind of, it's kind of a little show that she doesn't. She's not 100% happy with the situation she's been forced to deal with.
What was that about?
Yeah, something else this section does as well is it kind of what it does here is it kind of sets up the fact that this isn't going to be our regular hangout, and it has to change from this point on. It stays the same for quite stays the same place. Fuck me. For quite a while. But then it kind of... I think there's 3 that we have throughout the game. We'll find out where the next one is. The second one is just during this section. But yeah, what I was saying is during the second section, the Madarami section, you'll see it every now and then, and she'll talk to you every now and then. But she becomes a really big part of the story for the third section. But that's not going to be for a long while, my friend. Not for a long while. And now Morgana is going to take us to a place which is actually really fucking useful. We're finally going to be heading into Mementos.
Do as I told you.
Alright, I've got the Phantom Aficionado website up. Now what?
Look for a post with a full name in it.
Okay.
I already said there's no info on any big shots, don't you remember? But man, people actually go put someone's real name on here. That's some scary shit.
no shit, that is pretty fucking horrible. That's a shitty thing to do.
Someone's bad-mouthing me in online chat rooms. This one's got a name.
Ignore those. Aren't there any posts about more serious trouble?
I don't know what to do about my ex who's stalking me. His name is Natsuhiko.
Yes. Now this section here with Nakanahara. Hope that I got that right. This is something which seems irrelevant at this point, but it becomes a fairly decently sized chunk of Madarami's section. So I'll just say that.
Hey, what happened to all that talk of unanimous decision? What do you think we should do?
Let's go. Why not?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay then, let's go.
Well, and changed the tune pretty quick.
A name and a place, right? So the name is...
Actually, we don't need a location this time. Just enter exactly what I say. The key word is... Mementos.
Huh? What are you trying to pull?
Mementos. So yeah, this is a...
I think.
Jeez. That again?
Me
Mementos, was it?
that running joke.
We got a hit?
Just as I thought.
So yeah, we're now going to be heading into Mementos. This is the basically it's basically a singular side dungeon which you're going to be using to get a lot of the
Everyone disappeared.
which you're going to be going into to finish off social link ranks.
That's half right, but half wrong.
And it's also done for basically if you need to level grind. It's basically a way of, if you've got some spare time during the course of the game, you can go down there and you can, and as the game goes on, basically it's like a tower,
How are we going to get there?
a reverse tower I suppose, where it's kind of like there are a certain number of floors which are open, and as you continue through the game, more and more floors kind of open up until the end of the game, where it fully opens up. So,
Hell is this place?
and they kind of deal with it as kind of like an underground section.
The shadows know we're here?
You know, it's like the underground area.
Since the moment we stepped in.
You should have told us.
So they also treat it as like basically an underground area. It is basically like a subway or an underground area, which is kind of nice.
Place is simply teeming with
It
them.
works pretty well, fits with the city aesthetic quite nicely.
Mementos. It's about time you start explaining.
Mementos is everyone's palace.
Huh? What do you mean, everyone's?
Time for an
Palace as
explanation.
grand as the previous castle only forms when a person's wishes are extremely distorted. So instead of many individual palaces, the general public has one gigantic shared palace. That's where we are now.
Basically, for the big palaces which we're going to be entering in are for people who have extremely fucked up
Put together?
personalities and have done extremely fucked up things. This is for basically the rest of the people, the general public, who haven't done anything quite so nasty.
Using this place
but they still have a little.
Change the
They've still done a
hearts of
little,
people who don't have a palace?
some small things wrong, basically.
The steps to do so are slightly different, though.
But this place looks pretty huge. Are we gonna be able to get around just by walking?
Oh, here we go. One of my favourite parts of the whole game. This is so what the fuck when I first saw it. I did not see this coming.
Morgana, transform!
Super Sentai. Yep, Morgana turned into a fucking bus. I don't know why.
A car?
I do actually love Morgana's design, car design here. It's pretty fucking cool. And I like how expressive it is for it being a car, basically.
You turn it into a car is totally different than our clothes changing.
I agree with
For some
Ryuji.
reason, cats turning into buses is an extremely widespread
What?
fashion.
I've never heard that before in my fucking life.
No idea.
Why didn't you do
Cats turning into okay.
I would
Whatever.
if I could, but that castle was cramped. There were tons of stairs, and no way this fits on top of a chandelier.
True.
Oh, ladies first!
Hey, stop pulling me. Oh, that's dangerous.
Panther, please be gentle.
All aboard. Let's
Time
go.
to go. I love this little
Why
moment.
are you all just sitting back there? I'm a car, remember? I'm not going anywhere unless someone drives me.
You
Oh.
can't drive yourself?
Do you know how to drive?
I've driven in a game.
That's a bit worrying, but I'll let you handle it. I don't even have that experience to lean on.
You're probably more skilled than I am, too.
Probably. I
All
love
right,
that
then,
word.
We'll leave the driving to you.
Yes, we have to drive. I don't know why they didn't bother just do it like. I guess it's so
Key to this thing.
it's an excuse for you to take
Need a key.
kind of
There's a switch
control when you're
down
going
next to
through the dungeon, I guess, rather than just making it automated.
Lower, lower.
Morgana, stop it.
Oh, there. That feels so good.
That's creepy as shit. Stop it, Morgana.
Is that Burin I hear? Oh, what a creepy ass car.
Don't underestimate my meowdery engine.
That's terrible. Stop it. That's a terrible fucking joke. But anyway, this is our first journey into Mementos. And so basically there are loads of different areas for you to go down. And also another thing that affects it is pollen. If there's a high level of pollen, which you'll see in the top left-hand corner by Saturday, they're not showing at the moment. If it says pollen warning, then basically if you're going on those days, the shadows are more subdued, and so it makes it easier for you to attack them. Basically what we're going for here is the exclamation mark, and down here you can also open up chests and find different items that you can sell for more money. So it's a good place to grind for money, a good place to grind for experience, should you want to do that. To be honest, just going through Mementos when I needed to do it for social link stuff and also for doing side quest stuff, it was enough for me to go through. I found it easy in the game easy enough to go through without really having to do a whole lot of level grinding. So it's not too hard. So you don't need to grind too much. And you can still beat the game fairly comfortably. So
It's not like she didn't treat me like a plaything. What's wrong with me doing the same?
fuck you, asshole.
Treat someone like shit just because they did it to you. What a load of crap.
True.
We're gonna change the hearts of all the bastards like you.
There are millions of people far worse than me. What about Madarame? He stole
And there it is. This is where we get introduced to the name Madarame, and we'll find out more about him soon enough.
Get ready.
I love this design, by the way. It's like a demon with a Beatles wig. It's fucking awesome. I love it. Is it still just called Shadow Yeah, it's called Shadow Nakanahara. Fuck you. That was just pure luck, I remember. That I just got it right. Not quite dead. His attack is up. But he's not nearly down anyway. Yep, boom. That was nice and easy. It's more difficult when you don't have the most powerful weapons. And we all leveled up to level 12, which is nice. No new persona abilities, that's a bit of a shame, but whatever, let's move on. Yeah, so this is kind of the start of the Madarame stuff, like I say. Yeah, so this guy's treated badly by a Madarame, and we're going to see soon enough how this guy fits into everything and how Madarame becomes the next target, basically. Yeah, this is kind of basically this is the proper introduction of the next social link of the next dungeon, really. The Bud of a Treasure.
Okay.
Yeah, so this, sorry if you can hear the dogs. Basically, this gives you items. And they're kind of like the side quests, the mementos, they're called requests. They are pretty much, it's just a case of you get the request in I was going to say the real world, but you know what I mean. By Mishima, you get requests from him from the Phantom Aficionado website, and then you come down here, you find the exclamation mark, you beat up the shadow, and then you get usually an accessory from it, and it completes the side quest and it gives you some more experience. So it's pretty useful to go after them. I don't think I will be for quite a while, at least in the recording. I think because basically once it happens is you can accumulate a bunch of the requests, and then if you go in to do like finish off a social link to complete one of the social links, you can then go through and find find multiple exclamation points and complete them all one after the other. So it's pretty useful to go into Mementos to just level yourself up a bit. Oh yes, and also this is an excuse. It's kind of something that is brought back from Persona 4 Golden and Persona 4 in general, in that the dungeons in Persona 4 were randomly generated. And so Mementos is basically your randomly generated dungeon. And you explore the entire floor, basically, until you find the way down to the next floor. Yeah, and you basically just press X on him with the with the car, and you get out of the car and open the chest. Would have been nice to see. It would have been funny to see them try to attempt to open up the car. As you can see, I'm pretty much. I think at this point I was just like, I just want to get done with this because I don't need to level up at this point. So. Oh shit. There's an actual train down here. No. Okay. Kind of weird. Yeah. It's not on the same ones. Yeah, I don't think it ever happens in the game where you've got a train coming at you while you're going through the dungeon. Although that could be that would be kind of dickish. Something else that happens as well that can happen is that there's an area that you go to. There's basically, if you stay in for too long, if you stay in Mementos for too long, there is a special enemy which can start spawning, and he's a really powerful enemy that you have to defeat if you basically stay in Mementos for too long. So be wary of that when you're in Mementos, pretty much. And boom, on to the next area. Basically as well, once you've opened up the way to a new area, you can, once you come into Mementos, you can choose, okay, I don't want to go through the first area, I just want to go through to the new area. So you can just do it that way. You know, so you don't have to, so you can just go down to the lowest point that you were at the last time you were in Mementos, which is kind of nice and pretty useful. Makes sense to do that, I think.
No.
At least from my point of view, it makes sense. Makes it a bit streamlined, which I like. And that's our first trip to Mementos done, and I still haven't done the second one yet. It's finding the time. There's other stuff I need to do.
Mementos, huh? Still don't really get that place. Oh, and what was that wall thing we saw at the end?
Yeah. Also, this is something... Mementos is somewhat of a game-long mystery, which you find out about right at the end of the game. So, it is a thing that will come across regularly over the course of the game. Not just for side stuff and all that. It's, yeah, also directly linked to Morgana and his memory loss. So, it's important to find out what's going on there, down there.
So if we can do something about the greatest cause of distortions, I'm certain my appearance will...
You wanted someone to save you too.
I just needed pawns.
Morgana, you prick.
See. So that's why you came poking your nose around with us.
I'll help you. I hope you can regain what you've lost.
I'll be relying on you guys.
Of course.
By the way, Morgana, are you a boy? Or might you be a girl?
Could it be a car? I love that answer.
That is a possibility.
I wish I could deny it, but...
I love that they both join in and take the piss out of Morgana. It's great.
In any case, of course I'm male. I mean,
I think that's a joke on the voice acting joke, because they pick someone who's kind of in the middle.
anyway.
You could hear it as a male voice, you could hear it as a female voice. So I don't know whether that was an intentional joke. Of course I'm a boy, can't you tell? With a name on, like Morgana and a voice like that, but yeah, maybe it probably wasn't an intentional joke. I just find it funny.
The damn thieves well know. The big fish are our main targets after all.
Damn right.
First, you need to find a way to get through your exams.
My God.
That'll be the next thing we do, I think. I think exams are what's next. Yeah, so basically you can go down to Mementos and basically Mishima. I wonder who that is. Wonder if he's important. But anyway, we can now enter Mementos at any time, and basically we'll get, like I say, we'll get stuff, we'll get people mentioned to us by Mishima, and we'll have to deal with that. And you can deal that whenever you want. I love this music. This song's so fucking nice. I really need the soundtrack. It's too expensive. I do like how that we get these moments from time to time where there is a bit of I guess
What's up?
wondering if we're doing the right thing and all that kind of thing, which it's nice that they actually show doubt whether they're doing the right thing, whether they should be interfering. So we've got a day off. How nice. It's a Sunday. What are you talking about? People can check your... I'm sure people could check your messages on your phone fairly easily. So this is kind of a silly thing to do here. But anyway. Probably shouldn't go around texting that you're the Phantom Thieves all over the fucking place. Wow, that's a... I always find this weird. There's a golden motorbike. It looks like a golden motorbike. Why is that there? It's kind of weird. Kind of a weird touch. Anyway. I think... Have we started Mission Social? I think we have. Yes, we did the last part. So this is basically continuing Mishima's social link. I really like this music. I keep saying it. You're helping out quite a bit, Mishima. You don't have to be too bothered about it. Okay. Popularity is going to be your mercy. Okay. That's not freaky at all.
What do you think?
Not really. That is a mouthful, Mishima. I'll be honest. It's a real mouthful, kid. Maybe you should get some sleep. You seem tired. Yeah. Alright, fine. Yeah, just don't, get some sleep when you need to, Mishima. I don't think it would be particularly helpful. Good for you. I love that face. Yeah, there we go. We're at rank 2. Nothing interesting yet.
Alright.
Yeah, so there you go. Now Mishima will give us information about Mementos, basically about people who posted onto the aficionado website, and will tell us basically stuff about it. Will give us people to go after, basically. But anyway, that's it for this part of Persona 5. Join me next time for the next part of Persona 5, when we will be doing more... Well, we've got to do our exams, and then we'll be... I think it's next part we'll be starting off... We'll be getting into the story... into the next story properly. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5. See you next time.